So, Stathis, I think what I'm interested in now is just to kind of get your take on the current climate here, the politics of Greece, and how do you interpret what's been happening over the last few years as an artist, as a director of the National Theatre? How do you interpret and perceive what's happening here?
Well, you see, the National Theatre is always, it has to be always, as they say, a very moderate way of saying things. You cannot be very radical, which is not right for me, because to be a radical sometimes means that you have to shout and to say many radical words. But for God's sake, theatre is not words, theatre is action.
Yeah, right.
Theatre is action, theatre is
reflective,
and our work is not to somehow show with the finger to the people, you have to think like that, don't do that, go out and vote for this party.
So it's more nuanced as opposed to being didactic.
Yeah, I
right.
mean, the most radical thing you can do in theatre, I think, is to do your job and be very truthful and express your time.
Sure.
And still, Shakespeare for me gives this opportunity, because I mean, who cares about 400 years before?
Yeah.
If we choose Shakespeare, we want to express something about our now, our secrets, our love,
what is happening.
Because you have always to keep in mind why people come to the theatre.
Right. And these are human themes. Like, they're not themes that are exclusive to one particular person. They're themes that we share collectively, which is why we go to art, which is why art can resonate. And let's not also forget that Shakespeare was writing for working people. He wasn't writing for the elites. He was writing for people who, for the most part, were illiterate, which is why things had to be the way that they were.
When I hear Shakespeare, Shakespeare's play, Shakespeare's lines, I always have the feeling that someone has played them too many times on stage.
Okay, right.
Nothing is poetical in general.
So you mean it doesn't have that air of maybe originality, or the idea that this is happening for the first time? It feels too rehearsed, or it feels too...
No, it feels like there is a kind of theatrical essence, a wind of stage inside. There is nothing just poetical, and there's nothing just poetical, and nothing just to be said. I mean, everything has a reason. Everything is at the same time very psychological and very expressive and very. So poetry, I think, in Shakespeare is the result, but it's through action. And this is the very interesting thing, that Shakespeare constructs action and all the lines. You cannot build all your life on protesting. You have to build something, and this is the most difficult thing. Of course, you can be very angry and destroy everything, and this is a kind of politicization, as you said, to destroy everything, to shout and protest. But this is...
But there are, I think what we were speaking about before, that there are different kinds of protest, and I think both our work involves us having to think outside of the box. If we're going to make a statement and we're going to respond and comment on a particular issue, we have to find more imaginative, more creative, more artistic ways of doing it, rather than, like you say, going around and smashing things up or standing in the streets with placards. I think, you know, people perceive protest as being a very static thing. It's something that happens and it's repetitive, but we can both argue that one of the reasons why we do what we do is to affect people in a different way. And we're activists, we're protesters, we're just use that energy and the tools that we have in a different way.